Solomon Asamoah. The two have been charged together with 6 counts of causing financial loss to the state, dissipation of state funds, to both cause financial loss to the state, and conspiracy to dissipate state funds. Solomon Asamoah, he So, he was a board chair, and what we have been told is that this relates to the promise of the previous government to purchase or construct a sky train for the Republic of Ghana. As a result of that, a private entity in the name of Africa Holdings Limited is here. Later in the day, Kwabena Duboahen is also expected back in court. His counsel, we're sure, is done with another case at the court, but he'll be here later in the evening for that case involving his client, Kwabena Duboahen. And this is a matter relating to the former boss of the one relating to Professor Christopher Agyemang and the other relating to Kwabena Duboahen of the National Signals Bureau. In about 5 minutes, the case for Professor Christopher Agyemang should be called, and we will be in the courtroom. Of course, we cannot have our cameras in the courtroom, but after court proceedings, we will do well to bring you all you need to know as far as the proceedings are concerned. But primarily, Professor Christopher Agyemang will take his plea. He's been charged together with the fee for counts including willful causing financial loss, as well as dissipation of public. Past 2 settings, he's not been able to make himself evidence because of a medical we are not privy, but we know that at the last agenda raised an observation He seems to be having medical emergencies anytime he's supposed to make himself available for Attorney General Dr. The state would advise itself on how best to proceed with Professor Christopher Agyemang as far as his absence from court and are concerned. We spoke to the Deputy Attorney General on the very first day Solomon Asamoah, the former CEO of the Ghana Infrastructure Fund, was arraigned, and he indicated, among other things, that the state is ever ready to go into negotiations with any of these percentage of the bargain laws. It says the recoveries of state monies that have either been misapplied or misappropriated is at the of the oral initiative which the NDC government trumpeted while in opposition and campaigned vigorously on. We had initially been told by the Attorney General himself, that the case involving Professor Christopher Agyemang is one of the issues that the key criminal prosecutions that the Office of the Attorney General, now led by Dr. beginning with. Already we know that the former National Signals Bureau boss, who later this afternoon be in court, is the first case that has been to the court for prosecution by the state. Second case, as far as high corruption and colleagues are concerned, is that of Professor Christopher Agyemang, a former board chair of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, with former CEO of the board, Solomon Asamoah. The allegations against these two is for $2 million from of the state into the account of a private entity to build. As you can see in short, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Shemsai, he's just come out of his court, and so pretty soon he'll be making his way into the court, actually criminal court, where prosecution is undergoing. He is leading the charge on this particular matter. As you can see, he's trying as much as possible to get documents and his apparel that is needed for him to be able to be properly robed for court proceedings today, until he's making his way into the court premises for the Professor Christopher Agyemang case. That Dr. Justice Shemsai, he is Deputy Attorney General. As I indicated earlier, he told the media that the state, as far as it's concerned, has recovery of some of these monies as a priority, and so need for plea bargaining. The state is ever ready to undergo that, and so we'll be joining them in the courtroom where our cameras cannot do. But it is that case between the Republic Prophet and Solomon Asamoah, both former board chair of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund and former CEO of the fund.